Hello guys, good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Hopefully you're all doing good. Today I want to review a few fragrances, but I'll start with the sad news sort of. Recently some mishap happened with the Facebook. I was trying to upload something in my Decant page, so supposedly it went against their standards and whatever the rules and regulations, so they sort of like, I don't know, I got that message before, but today they gave me like a 3 days restriction, so I cannot really post these videos or comment or anything for 3 days. So I would actually apologize if you don't see any post in my group, but just a heads up. So basically I'm still gonna do the reviews, hopefully watch. And it's right now around almost reaching towards 4 a.m. I got my trusted tea. This is lemon tea, hot lemon tea. And then I'll be talking about a vintage fragrance today. It's House of Azzaro, Azzaro Acteur, and I don't have the full presentation. I bought a partial from one of my brothers in community, brother Rezoar Morshed. I saw him posting it a few days back. I did not have that much cash actually in my pocket. In the recent days, it's like, like sometimes, you see stuff, and then if you really love something, looking for something for a very long time, you snatch it. So that's what I basically did, but wasn't a very how to say wise idea, but love of fragrance, they make you do crazy things. So we'll be talking about Acteur. I think that's the name of the fragrance. It was, I think, 80s baby, like a long time ago. This got discontinued. It used to get talks around 2014 or I think around 2010 14. That time reviewers used to say this is getting very hard to find. That time itself it was 40-50 pounds. Nowadays this is fetching pretty penny, yeah, and it's very hard to find. You cannot find this bottle. So I have luckily a 100 ml bottle. I bought a 70 ml partial sort of. So there's no box, just the bottle, and I'll talk about this. I sniffed it for 2 days. I'm giving you my initial impression. So first of all, Azzaro has two kind of fragrances. Okay, first thing is this classic things they used to make, and people say respect. Back in the time they made some awesome fragrances. Now they discontinued those, and then they make sort of like, the Azzaro nighttime, and similar bottles like like Azzaro Purom. I'm gonna take some time, all right? Let me just tell you what I feel like saying. So Azzaro Purom, I have this vintage bottle with me. I bought this in Malaysia. I should have bought both the bottles. I saw it, but I didn't know the value of this. So this is semi-vintage. There's another one before that, but both of these fragrances are vintage now. So this is their top seller, Azzaro Purom. They have a lot of other flankers after that. So if you know, recent times I've been reviewing a lot of Azzaro Wild Mint, Naughty Leather, though their new lines, Azzaro Wanted. So they have them more modern fragrance that are selling, but this is their older glory, like Pakoraban Purom, Azzaro Purom, or Givenchy Gentleman. These are same sort of animalic or powerhouse sort of fragrance. This is very spicy, kind of like a manly, masculine fragrance. Barbershop people say. Absolutely love it. When I had it first, I didn't like it that much. It felt very, very dated, but now I know the value. I love this. So similarly sort of shaped cap. If you notice, Azzaro, they have the similar cap. This is old school cap, and they have the Azzaro on top, just like the vintage Azzaro Purom. And the bottle looks a little bit like some other older bottles that I saw before. Something would be in line with Caron. Okay, they have the Azzaro bottle similar to Caron, or there's a fragrance from Lapidus, I forgot the name. They had this kind of bottles, but that's nice little bottle. I like this bottle. It looks huge, but it's 100 ml. Juice color is kind of like greenish. Okay, that's about it. Nothing much fancy going on with the bottle, but I like this bottle design. There's a sticker under there. Cap, very, very old school. Okay, even like, if let me show you Azzaro one, they look like this. Nowadays caps would be much more garnished, they'll be covered. So let's hit the review after talking for a long time. This fragrance is pretty damn nice, and this is not for everybody. This is basically a blast from the past. The fragrance is for mature men, it's for men. Make no mistake, this is by no means it's a unisex fragrance like Noir de Noir by Tom Ford, which this one has similarity to, or Lyric Man. I find some similarity to this with Lyric Man a little bit. Lyric Man is much more modern with the bergamot, sort of like a rose combo, but goes a little bit feminine. This fragrance, it picks up some elements from, I'll tell you, this is why I'm showing you this one, Azzaro Purom. It picks up some elements in this from the original OG. So this is definitely sort of like related to Azzaro Purom, the big brother. Then the rose, basically it's not a very juicy rose or young rose. It's a very dark, very much spicy. They said they used oak moss. I sense some sort of spices. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to spray it right now because this fragrance is very precious. I don't want to waste it because you need particular weather, cold weather for this fragrance. It does last a decent time, but not monster like Noir de Noir or Arm of Club de Nuit, Intense Women. Those are similar rose fashion, but this is more kind of like a drier, winter friendly fragrance. So I wore it like 3 times in 2 days. And what I noticed, keep spraying, that opening is a bit different than what you get on dry down. The dry down goes a little bit old school. Opening is very, very modern. So there's a combination of classic as well as modern. This fragrance, it has a dated feel in a way that this is mature, but I'm not gonna say this is obsolete. Okay, this is similar to, if you like fragrances like Chanel. What's the fragrance called? I think not Antheus, not Egoist. Yeah, Egoist. If you like fragrances in style of Chanel's Egoist, you're gonna like this. Okay, it has that feel of 30 plus man, 40 plus man, definitely signature scent worthy, gentlemanly. And I saw a review from an OG reviewer who had long hair, but he doesn't review anymore. I'm sorry, I forgot his name, but he said after 1 to 2 hours, if you dig your nose in a rose garden full of roses, lot of roses, in a classy like a city like London or somewhere in England, and in a cold day you smell like some roses, you know, this is the rose that you get. I would definitely see a gentleman wearing a tuxedo. If this was YSL fragrance release right now, or Tom Ford, this was gonna pick up like 200-300 bucks. It smells rich, so that's why this is special. This is why many people seek this, many people spoken so highly, and I kept searching for it for a very long time and finally have it. So yeah, it definitely, I wouldn't suggest this as a blind buy unless you find it at a good deal under $100. Definitely worth investing in. But if they're asking for $200-300, no way. I don't think it's worth that money. But this is for collectors. Okay, if you're a collector and you like collecting fragrances, perhaps you should buy it under $100, whatever, keep it. Could be a good investment. But the fragrance, you really need to give it time. You cannot wear it immediately, and it's not like this Dylan Blue nowadays, you know, Blood de Chanel. This is not that genre. This is definitely typical 80s 90s vibe, where the movies, they had this, you know, like Miami Vice, MacGyver, Raven, the A-Team, MacGyver, I said already, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. If you grew up with those times, you can relate this fragrance with maybe family drama like Dallas, okay, or something like that. So yeah, this is definitely 80s baby. It does smell like it. The fragrance, the rose in this is very, very beautiful. It's like a butch rose, like a masculine rose. I think of Ungaro L'Homme. Is it Ungaro L'Homme 3 or L'Homme 2? There's a fragrance from Ungaro, the black bottle with the golden stripes. I used to have that bottle. This one reminds me of that. That had some gin. This one doesn't have the gin, but little bit of winey effect, you know, like old wine, good old wine, say season 4, or how to say, like it has been processing for a number of years. It's been, what's the word I'm looking for? Anyway, you know what I'm trying to say. It's like processed for that long. So this one gives me that vibe, but it goes away very, very quickly. So interesting fragrance, definitely. Not a beast mode like 10 out of 10. I would give this like 8 out of 10 for performance. Projection is like around 7 out of 10. After a certain while, you get wafts of it, but it does not choke you. Very wearable. And that opening is very refreshing, very nice. A little bit of spicy. And that oak moss, do not be scared, like it's not super masculine or super animalic. It's very wearable. So definitely check it out. It's a very nice fragrance for collectors. I really like this fragrance. I like this OG bottles. These are gems in my collection. Perhaps upcoming winter, if you do have winter this year, I'll be wearing this. Definitely a gentleman's fragrance. And yes, I am not trying to call myself a gentleman because I'm not dressed up right now, but yes, this is definitely a proper occasion or formal occasion. You wear this, you're gonna pick up good notice. Okay, this is respect. So how much I like it, Acteur, whatever I had the expectation, it did not reach 100%, I would say, but it's like 8 out of 10. Okay, for the smell, how I like the smell, that based on that I'm giving it 8. Really like this fragrance, but definitely you need to try before you buy. If this was under Chanel, Tom Ford, Prada, YSL, this was gonna sell easily for 250 bucks, that's for sure. Okay, because of that nature of composition, very unique. That's all for right now. I think I'll move on to the second and third review. Thanks for watching. Have a very nice day. If you possible, please share the videos, other people can watch it then. Have a nice day. Bye bye.